Now it's time to have a look at what's making the international press today with our press reviewer, Florence Firmino, who joins me now. Hello, Florence.
Hi.
Right, so we're going to start off, of course, with Obama's second inauguration. That's getting quite a lot of attention.
That's right, and this is the photo that you're seeing all over the press today. Barack Obama at the first official swearing yesterday in the Blue Room of the White House. Now, there'll be another ceremony this afternoon, and there's a cartoon in the International Herald Tribune that shows that last-minute preparations are on the way. You see a White House prop department man there saying, with a basket full of puppies, saying the president needs this for his State of the Union address. Now, also featured are children, violins, and movie stars. Everything down to the last detail is very carefully orchestrated.
And of course, the papers are taking this opportunity to have a look ahead to the next 4 years and say what is facing Barack Obama.
That's right. The Wall Street Journal, so quite conservative, is more pessimistic, says that Obama is stepping into a new term of uncertainty. It says that during the second term, he will attempt to push tighter gun laws, immigration overhaul, and he'll have a big domestic challenge, which is divided government. Internationally, Iran is really going to be one of the big challenges that he's going to be facing. The Independent, in their editorial today, they're a lot more optimistic. They say that Obama has a chance to make history. And they point out that 4 years ago, it's really surprising because there was this mood of exhilaration, even though things were a lot worse. We were in the middle of this huge economic crisis. America was in the middle of two unfinished wars. Today, the mood is a lot more downbeat, even though things are a lot better. But so the Independent points out that he has 18 months, an 18-month window of opportunity before the next midterm elections, and that's when he could really make a change. It says that he has a remarkable position as well because the economy is strengthening. He has no election that he has to go through again, so they hope that Obama will seize the moment.
Okay, and meanwhile, a drawing in Golf News, golf, I should say, rather than golf, the sport, suggests that Obama should be on his way to making history, perhaps.
That's right. You see a drawing of Obama's face carved into the very famous Mount Rushmore there, alongside other U.S. presidents, Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. Now, in their editorial, Gulf News says that they really hope that Obama will give a strong commitment to the Arab world. They hope that in his inauguration address, he'll include some references to action in Palestine, Iran, and Syria.
Okay, well, we're going to move on now to another story that, of course, is getting a lot of attention, that hostage crisis in Algeria.
That's right. Now, Algeria's heavy-handed military response to this hostage crisis has drawn a lot of criticism. And in Le Quotidien d'Oran, which is an Algerian paper, there's an analysis piece by Haroubi Habib, who defends Algeria. And he says, we have nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, we shouldn't blush about the way things went down. We should actually be proud of this. The death toll was indeed heavy, but it could have been worse if Algeria hadn't intervened. Also, he said, this article points out that people are throwing around accusations right now because there's a lot of emotion. But once that emotion dies down, people will realize that Algeria is right. There's an analysis piece in The Guardian by Jason Burke, who's looking at how people are reacting to this attack, this hostage crisis. For instance, British Prime Minister David Cameron has said that this is proof that al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb is a global threat that requires a global response. Now, Jason Burke says this is a lack of perspective. Now, the reason why this episode is making such an impact is because, in fact, these kind of militant attacks are becoming more and more rare. And if we look at how things are compared to 10 years ago, the tide has turned against al-Qaeda, he says. And we should learn the lessons from the past and apply them now.
Okay, and just finally, that hostage crisis was linked by some analysts to French operations in Mali, and there's some analysis of that in the China Daily.
That's right. It's an interesting piece by David Gossett that says it's time to defeat poverty in Mali. And you see an interesting drawing there, a cartoon where there's a devil hiding in a box that represents Mali, and the devil represents poverty. And he's taunting François Hollande with these hand puppets that represent terrorists. So he's driving Hollande crazy, so basically averting people's attention away from the real problem, which is poverty. And according to this article, any lasting peace in Mali will need to resolve this problem of poverty.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Florence Firmino, for that look at today's international press.